Hello and welcome to my next and latest chess video. This is showing a game that I played yesterday, and that was Saturday the 30th of August 2014, 5-minute blitz game as usual on the free internet fixed chess server I'm White. It's in my YouTube chess series, video series, my chess game of the week, but actually I've got a long way behind with this. I haven't done any videos for several weeks of my games. I have been actually over the last few weeks trying to get my rating up, and it went up to just over 1300. My aim is to get it constantly over 1400. But yesterday I had a bit of a problem. I started my first two games on FICS, and the chess server dropped off on my computer. I lost connection, as it were. And the trouble on FICS is when you lose connection, often the game will be forfeited. And on the first two games that I played yesterday, I lost rating points because of losing connection. So I then thought, well, I've recently joined the ICC, which is the Internet Chess Club, and I'm starting to play online there. So I opened that up with my Internet Chess Club for Windows software, started playing the game, and the same thing happened. I lost connection and I lost my rating there. So that was tricky. Anyway, I then stopped playing and played a game later on in the day, and this is the game. So I'm going to go through that now. So as White, I play my favourite first opening move, 1e4. And Black here plays d5, and this is the centre or Scandinavian defence. The main line goes White captures the black pawn, so e takes d. Black then captures with the queen, and then White plays knight to c3 to attack the queen, and generally the black queen goes to a5. It can go straight back to d8, but in either way the black player often knows the line better than I know it, and also as White I find it a fairly boring line, and I haven't really got a very good win ratio with it at all, and I just don't really like playing that way. So for the last few weeks I've been playing the Tennyson Gambit, which involves playing knight to f3. Black can accept the gambit by playing d takes e, and then knight goes to g5, the white bishop goes to c4, attacking f7 square as one possibility, but there are many possibilities in the Tennyson Gambit, and it's a very interesting gambit. It's a fun gambit to play, and I've had a fair number of wins with it as White. But actually last week I noticed that also from this position, and I realised that I could play just simply d4. And by doing that I get to a gambit line called the Blackmar Diemer Gambit. And many years ago when I first started playing chess I saw this, and there are many devotees of the Blackmar Diemer Gambit. It's very popular among certain chess players, and it's been played a lot, and I just decided to give this another try. So this is in fact what I play in this game. So play d4, even though I'm not really sure of the theory. Well, black takes, d takes e4, and here I'm not sure whether to play f3 straight away, but in fact I just develop with knight to c3, black plays knight to f6. Now I do play the f3 move, and black captures, and I recapture with a developing move, so knight to f3. What I'm aiming to do is move the bishop and castle kingside, and then the rook will have a semi-open file to attack down. And anyway, black develops, pins the knight, bishop g4. I unpin with bishop e2. Black plays a pawn move. I'm not exactly sure why he played c6 there, stopping his knight coming to a good square. There must be some reason, but I haven't really looked into that. He's probably trying to, well, he wouldn't be trying to stop the check from my bishop, but just limiting the movement of my knight from the queen side. So anyway, I have time to castle, And really here, I've played a gambit, so I pawn down here, and I really, with all the gambit play, you have to just move as quickly as you can, develop as fast as you can, and put a fast attack on the black king to get adequate compensation for the pawn loss. So this is what I'm going to try and do. And here my opponent plays a move that sort of wastes time again, h6, obviously wanting to stop my bishop or knight coming onto the g5 square, but I think he'd be better developing the knight and the bishop. So anyway, I play h3, which is putting the question to this bishop, attacking one of his developed pieces. He retreats the bishop, he doesn't want to lose the bishop, but I just want to go on the attack, so I play knight to e5, bringing the knight to a central square and exposing the bishops, which are attacking one another now. So white takes the bishops off and I recapture with the queen. And now black can take a free pawn with queen takes d4. So I'm really up against it now. What I want to do really next is develop my bishop with some sort of tempo against the black queen. So I want to harry the black queen if I can, but also the plan is to get developed before black, and obviously I'm castled, and make a quick attack on the black king as compensation for the lost pawns. So anyway, that was queen takes the pawn d4 with a check, so I move my king out of check, king to h1. Black plays his knight to the rim, knight to a6. Well, knights on the rim are a bit dim. Here I'm not sure if it's the best move, but I play a3 just to stop the knight coming to the aggressive square of b4. Doesn't help with my plan, but black is not really helping himself because he moves his queen all the way back to d8, so he's actually voluntarily lost the tempo. He's put his queen back to the back rank, which actually helps me because his queen in the centre of the board was a developed piece. Now he's undeveloped it, and it allows me to develop my other piece, my bishop, with a lot more scope and a lot easier. So I play bishop f4. He plays e6 finally to allow his dark squared bishop to develop and then to castle and get some king safety. So I just take the opportunity to get another tempo and play rook a to d1 to attack his queen. He moves his queen to c8. I bring my knight in, knight to e4, knights in the centre of the board. All my pieces are developed, and they're all going to commit to a kingside attack now, and I'm very happy to look for sacrifices now with so many of my pieces developed, and to attack the black king. And the point about black here is he hasn't finished his development, and he hasn't castled for his king safety, so his king's in the centre of the board and very vulnerable. Well, he tries to develop, and he plays bishop to e7, but I'm trying to stop him, so I play knight takes knight with a check. He recaptures with the bishop, bishop takes f6, and here I play a bad move really. I play rook to d7. I'm looking to put more pressure on the king and add it on the 7th rank, but the chess engine crafty says this is not a good move as well. Here the engine suggests b3. Now I think that's a real engine move because I couldn't spot b3 off the top of my head, and from there crafty suggests b3, bishop takes e5, bishop takes e5, castles, queen g4, g6, queen f4, queen h7, bishop f6, with a slight advantage to white still. So that's all in my favour still, but actually I have played the rook to d7 move, and that rook is now very vulnerable, especially as black plays bishop takes knight. So the rook's no longer protected, and I can easily go a piece down here. So what I try and do is I try and use the rook now, and I gambit the rook. Rook takes f7. If black takes the rook, he's going to lose his castling rights, and his king will be attacked and in an unsafe position. And black does take the cherry. He accepts the sacrifice and plays king takes rook f7. So I can take bishop takes bishop with a discovered attack from my rook with a check on the king. The king moves back to e7. Probably there were probably better squares to go to, but I haven't analysed the game that deeply. But from here I can now just recapture a pawn. Bishop takes pawn g7, attacking the rook. The rook goes to attack the bishop with rook to g8. Simply playing bishop back to f6 brings a check on the king. The king has to move again. King to e8. Now what I'd like to do obviously is play queen takes e6, but I can't because it's protected by the black queen. But instead I can throw in another check with queen to h5 check. And my plan now is with my queen and bishop and remaining rook to really attack the black king that's exposed and in the centre, and that is my only hope, having lost material with the rook sacrifice. So king moves to d7. Queen I play to f7 with a check. The king moves into the centre of the board, king to d6, and I play rook d1, further check. The king can't move back, so it has to move into again down the board, and it's getting more open as well. So king to c5, and I have to look for a check here, and I play bishop d4 check. King now moves to b5, and I play queen to f1 check. So my queen and bishop are limiting that king, and it's coming further down the board and getting closer and closer to my pieces and pawns. King to a4, queen to c4 check. If I just go back here, well, I'll just stop here. Crafty thinks, but there's another mate in. There's a mate in 5 here. Bishop to c3. So if I just go back, I could have played bishop to c3, but he would have had to play. Well, the engine suggests knight to b4. I take a takes b4, rook takes g2, so the rook here just comes down and takes g2 just as a last ditch attempt to do something, but it can't save the mate as I play rook d to a1 with a checkmate. So that's again an engine analysis and a mate there, but I'm playing a different way. I've missed that. I've played queen c4 rather than bishop c3, and that's queen with a check. King moves to the only square, king to a5. Here I can put a check in with b4 check. King moves back to again to the only square, king a4, but I put another check in with queen to b3. King moves to the only square possible, b5, but here comes the checkmate, c4, and that's checkmate. So a reasonable game for me in the Blackmar Diemer Gambit against the centre game, or the Scandinavian opening. And I'm going to try and play this BDG Gambit against the Scandinavian now. I'm not sure that I played it really well here, but I did use the Gambit principles of quick development and a quick attack on the black king, and it worked against this higher rated opponent. My opponent was rated 1472, and so I'm going to try that in some of my games. There are other gambits in the Scandinavian. I've also noticed there's something called the Wilson Gambit, which is 1e4 d5 and then playing b3. There's also the Icelandic Gambit and the Portuguese Gambit that actually get played in the Scandinavian. I think the Portuguese Gambit is a gambit for black, So there's a few gambits to look out for in the Scandinavian, and I generally find they're more interesting than the main line to play, and especially for me as white, give me good chances to surprise black and to actually get a good game and win the game as here. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I look forward to more Blackmar Diemer Gambit games myself, especially against the Scandinavian, and I'll post those as and when, and hopefully I'll learn more about the opening. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.